Welcome, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I, Enchantress Steve Babbler, on our evolutionary, revolutionary rise of high that is happening at this evolutionary time right now. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with me. I appreciate you. This is your opportunity to motherfucking like this video, please. Thank you so much for tapping in with me. Even if you decide to leave, just hit that like on your way out and keep it moving. Have a great one. But if you say, right, because you need to get out of your own way, you should like this video. You know what I mean? So either way, hello world. Hello world. Hello world. What do we see? There's a lot of energies alchemizing within their own being, right? Semi-freeing. There's still a hold, right? Like seasons change, and so do we. Looking up to something, somebody, something, having hope somewhere. We're learning to let go of that which does not serve. And we have to reiterate these words because it's like backsliding, right? So we're here to be healthily, wealthily, stealthily reminded of that which must be made into conscious awareness so that we may continue to grow, bloom, rise, energize, phoenix rise. Unifying. For some of you, as you're seeing eye to eye with somebody, this could be a lover. This could be a friend. This could be just your little mini soul tribe that you got going for yourself that you can trust in and be a part of without any malice or eyebrows raised. There's a conjoining of like a little egg, so pregnancy too can happen here. And you have to watch the last 2 or 3 reads because pregnancy keeps coming up. You know what I mean? Like in everything, even in the cards, marriage too. Australia, traveling to Australia. I don't know, or live in Australia. Hi, Australia. I don't know why that came up. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff happening. Right? Egypt. Loud meditations, formations that speak to you. Revelations, it's not illusion and it's not your imagination. The stuff you see, the stuff you hear that maybe others don't see or don't hear that you receive, that's you with connecting with the divine. You're not crazy. You're not going outside your mind. Like you're tapped in, turned on, tuned into the sounds, to the elevations, evolutions of the universe speaking through you. We're multifaceted, multilingual, multidimensional, intradimensional. The portal's opening up more, and that which you see a reflection in, doing mirror exercising too, understanding the projection of you and seeing it too. It's like you can see yourself. You can see yourself now, and because you can see yourself now, you can do something about it. You're ready to do something about it. You're prepared, and so that you take the action that you will. And so and for everyone that's at different time rates, you got people that are upset with you because you're on a different timeline than them. So fucking what? Don't hold on to that. They know, and there's people too that have seen you on this path for all your motherfucking life, and they still look at you like, how dare you be a little bit ahead or appearingly so. But meanwhile, it's just evolution, and these are the things that they don't know because they don't let go and, stagnate their growth. But that's not where you're at, and that's not what you do. You walk through the portal too. You are the portal activator. Right? Your pupils are dilating. They're dilating because you're opening and you're the portal. You're realizing too, activation is on you. Electromagnetic is your field. And you're bringing all of these things into your universe because you are your universe tapped in, turned on, tuned in. It's a climb, but it's a matter of perspective too. I was watching, right, this bird, and I was asking it, I was like, how do you do that? Because, right, it's like a wall, right? And it comes down the wall, just walking like nothing, walking on the wall. So, like, I don't know why I can't describe this. So it's like, it starts off from the top, and where, we have to jump down to be at ground level. It's just walking on the wall like gravity don't matter. Just walking, I'm like, how do you do that? It's like if you ever go to those museums that have that illusionary effect that it could look like you're walking upside down and you take a picture and all this kind of stuff, or you're upside down or some shit like that, like something like that. But like, how do you do that? And that was my question. I'm like, how are you doing that? Right? And it's because we have so much conditioning that tells you already pre-programmed within you, right? That you're finding you're finding your truth in, as it comes up. So you gotta understand, this is a whole bunch of generational lifetimes of conditioning. And so it's gonna be like this for your whole entire lifespan in this perceived 3D reality, right? You're always gonna be learning something new about your development and evolution. If that is the path you are on, it's never gonna go away. That's why we are students of life in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting, right? When we take a dive into that which we see. But your aura, it is shining like the sun. And so even when you're trying to be inconspicuous, right? Like it's like still like all eyes on you. Like even my daughter and I, we went into like the supermarket and we had hats on, like sweated out, like head low, and all eyes on we, like that type of energy. You just magnet, right, for that kind of like draw. Congratulations, right? No dimming that down no more. It's like, I'm sorry if someone feels uncomfortable in your vicinity because they can't handle that which you glow. You know how much you have worked on upon that, and like for the audacity for someone to be like upset, bothered, triggered by your light, and so you, out of compassion, dim your light down. You're not doing that no more to make them feel fucking comfortable. Nah, let's get uncomfortable here so you can grow past this bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, hold up, yeah. Nah, let's be uncomfortable together. Since you have the audacity to make me feel uncomfortable, let me make you feel uncomfortable too. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on this shit. What the fuck is your problem? Like shit like that, right? And it's not about being aggressive, and we're in Aries pop-off season, and I'll blame it on that. Like, but nah, it's just truth. It's just like reality too, because a lot of people will do a lot of shit behind the scenes, behind your back, out the way, and then in your face, and like, huh, guys, what? No speaking English. Like, oh, please. You know what I mean? So Yeah, so world healing, right? We're healing, revealing, removing all toxicities that do not serve. Releasing, absorbing, allow this, right, obsidian to absorb that for which you don't need to carry, right? Feel like this is like a magnet, just like sucking it up. It's a spaceship, right? Cleaning up the whole world, removing that which does not serve. Now, what do you do with that? Let the universe handle that transmutation part. Know that it's been uplifted because you're gifted. You know what I mean? So here we are. Right, healing the womb again. Nice. The heart. Right, healing the heart and the mind. Sitting in their heart space. Yeah. Yeah. What you want? Yeah, I know. Hold on. All right, let's see where this is gonna go. So we're gonna extract 3 cards from this beautiful illustrated deck with various different kinds of flowers. Okay. And you're gonna choose one. You could always come back at another time and choose another. You could always just listen through, which is awesome too, and take them all in, right? Or not. And, yeah. Okay, I guess 4. Okay. I don't know what I did with that. All right, let's put this. Okie dokie. So you have, I don't know my flowers. It's not my specialty. But whatever, right? So you got this one. You got this one. You got this one. You got this one. All right, for me, right, I'm gonna play with you. Okay, I'm gonna choose for this video this one. I don't know what it says. Okay, I'm just sharing. So, which of these 4? Choose one. just for this moment's video, like what's going to be your personal, and all of them might apply. It doesn't matter, or, you know, whatever, but just choose one. All right. So I'm choosing this one. I'm sharing what I pick. All right. So, what do you choose? Hurry up. For those of you that are like, no, I want to pick one of them. Choose one. You can have all of them, but just choose one for right now. I know what that feels like. I get it. I get it, but you know, for just this moment, this too shall pass. Just one. Okay? One. Not two, one. Okay. So if you chose this one, wait, I'm pointing to two. Maybe that's where you were like, I want that one or that one. I don't know. I mean, but we're gonna go with this one first. The trillium, self-care. The heart and soul of trillium can be found in its rhizome. This subterranean stem stores the nutrients this flora needs for new growth in spring. Gestation period, like new growth blooming in spring. That's you blooming here. And isn't it like springtime now? Right. So having learned the importance of rest and rehabilitation, right? Yeah, instead of fighting against a barren season, winter season, you allowed your gestation, your hermitizations, I make up words, I know, but you allowed your hermiting, your recalibration, your regeneration, your restoration, your, you know, just focusing on this self-care, along with building that which you're creating, but getting more clear about that which you create, but also allowing yourself the time to heal, or maybe even being forcibly made to heal. Like, you know, like even with I got freaking sick, and it hasn't been years. Having this fever for days, and I'm like, what? Excuse me? And I'm living my healthiest of ways. I'm like, excuse me? Fever, stop it. But I understand on a spiritual level and perspective why that occurred too, and just the stuff that occurs in those states of being for myself, right? So it could be something like that too, like, or something that forced you to take time off or whatever. It's like, you know, what's that called? Anyway, so why am I drawing a blank? Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's a saying. And then I start giggling, and then I'm definitely not gonna grab it if I'm just start getting off and getting like, you know, hot and inside myself and stuff. Oh shit. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. And when I say it, you're gonna be like, oh my god. Hold on. Oh, seriously, like secret passage, here we come, because I recall to me that which I must say. I'm gonna breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. I'm gonna breathe in through my nose. Stop laughing. And out through my mouth. It's like a blessing in disguise, you see? You see what I mean? How simple that was? Like, bitch, you forgot that? Yeah. Okay. I love it. It's funny. Okay. Having learned the importance of rest and rehabilitation, Trillium serves as a strong reminder that self-care ensures we have the energy stored for future challenges and the capacity for growth when called upon. What do you do to care for yourself? How can you make self-care an essential priority? Right? Tapping in, turning on, tuning into that which, how you think it, how you speak it, how you do it, how you eat it, how you sleep it, how you work it. I know I add a lot of ETH. I was definitely around during the William Shakespearean times, with, not being Shakespeare himself, right? We're just poets. I'm a poet. You know what I mean? So whatever. Oh no, we're not doing this one yet. So yeah, put it on. Okay, so that's for that. The message is for whomever chose this, like beautiful soul, right? You have to make your self-care a priority. It's essential. Like when that shit started hitting for me about my own, like I can be the remedy and make elixirs and fixers and tell people how to make my teas and eat, and then mind you, not apply the same for me, you know what I mean? And when I started having this major transition and transformation in my own self-care and stuff like that, like the quote and saying, maybe this will apply for some, especially if you're a parent or a mother, a single parent too. If mama ain't right, ain't nothing right. Right? That's how Spirit made me see it. If I'm not right, nothing can be right. So I gotta get right. Right. So it's like that, right? So it's not selfish. It's necessary. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? That type of shit, my friend. You know what I'm saying? All right. So for those that were torn between these two, I'm gonna go with this one next to help, ease your mind, because I know how it feels. Like I'm gonna hurry up, shut up. So if you chose this, it's beautiful, right? So it's like this. It's the ginkgo biloba. I love that. And stability, great for mental clarity too, and energy, right? Ginkgo biloba is when I work with this herb a lot. Like, so I do work with herbs. I may not use my flowers and my herbs like that. Like I gotta always have a label on it. Like I just don't go and grab, and still, as much as I might use different herbs, I mean, there's many I can identify. Granted, the essentials that I use on a most regular basis, but it's like to be able to say, like for me to have known that was ginkgo biloba, meanwhile I use ginkgo biloba kind of constant. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm just saying. Self-care and stability, that's where it's at for that, for those that were torn between the two, and for all of you that is going to take all of it in and absorb it, my friend, for your own evolutionary benefit. That's what we're talking about up in here, right? So remember to, for those of you that are tapped in, turned on, tuned in, if there's anything that you see that you like and stuff, I have an Amazon shop, and I'm sharing the wonderful things that I believe that you would love too, because I love it too. I'm only sharing that which I love and stuff like that, and that which I have too. So definitely in the description box, go check out my Amazon shop, and I've shared tarot cards. There's lists, right? There's shops with you'll see, whatever, and you can go check that out. Gift ideas, style, exercise, stretch, tarot, esoteric, all those kind of things. And I'm always constantly updating it, so a little at a time goes a long way. So yeah, I'm excited. So definitely go check out my Amazon shop and follow it as well, and learn different types of what I'm using that you see in the videos, and you're like, oh, yeah, you can go check out it over there. If I got it from over there, obviously, because obviously that's not the only place I shop from. But either way, yeah, you can definitely go check it out, because most of the times when people see me or they see the stuff that I have, they love the stuff that I have. So this is just my way, of sharing that, which I'm a connoisseur of a lot of different type of things. And if you don't have to waste your money on something, don't, so I'm only sharing that which I truly, truly like, on some real stuff, right? Because I have it, I use it, I love it. And if you're into this type of stuff too, you would love it too. So that's just what I'm saying about that. So it's always going to be stuff like that. You know what I mean? About that which I use, like, you know, things too, right? Cool stuff, right? So you can definitely go check it out from my shop. And if you go to my shop and like my shop and you're one of those haterators, evil eyers and all this kind of stuff, and you go to my shop and then you see what it is that I get, and then you click off my shop and you get it anyways on your own and all that kind of stuff. What I gotta say is you're a different type of level of unevolutionary type of being that I no longer feel sorry for. You choose that life for yourself and you can go kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, pretty much that's where I'm at with all that type of like falseness. Like that's your falseness in this reality of this world that you think you're trying to play somebody, shade somebody, but you're really shading yourself and you're really playing yourself. So that's where we at with that type of evolution, revolution, and stuff like that. So if you about that life, that's on you. That's a choice you make. I don't feel sorry for you because you choose that life for yourself. And you know, cold kick rocks, like I said. So yeah. And if you got something to say, I dare you to say it in my face. Because we can have this evolutionary conversation face to face. No problem. Respectfully. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So because this is the invocation. I just looked up and that was the name of the song, Invocation, that's on in the background. So whatever. So let's get it. Okay, so ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba is one of the oldest known plant species living on Earth. Look at that, ancient, wise. That be you too. Tapped in, turned on, tuned in with the divine, right? You have this inner wisdom to you, this inner ancient shaman, healer, light worker, angelic being, shadow, light being that is infused with your own energy of alchemy because you blend in the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within you. And listen, it's not to judge and compare that from apples to oranges about where you are in that evolutionary journey within yourself. You are exactly where you are, and that's it. Right, accepting that too, right? So ginkgo biloba is one of the oldest known plant species living on Earth. Unique to this wise tree is its ability to live in a highly disturbed landscapes on the edge of a river and cliff rocks or eroded soil. Do you hear that? So we're living, right? Those of you activating, those of you portals beyond, right? Those of you, these light beings, and singing this heavenly song here on Earth because you're the transformers, you're the movers, the shaker, you're the moldavite people, right? You're the one making the change because you're the breed of seed that we need to see here on this divine planet, not the fake breed of seed that be here on this planet talking the talk but not walking the walk, and definitely not energizing the energy that is needed for the energy that is needed in order to make this leveling of level up of evolution of revolution that is happening motherfucking here. So you can fake the funk all you want, you can say that which is, you can script it down, but until your energy is wearing that, rocking that crown like real shit raw, inauthentic be your soul, or authentic it can be, but you know, it's always going to be a matter of choice. You know what I mean? And so we rock in stability, the self-care stability. So that means you're on your real deal, holy feel. And I love that kind of alchemization for real, because it makes you a real one out there where there's a lot of copy and paste. And there's a lot of people with no self-identity that don't even know who they are. So that's why it's so easy for them to take that from another and incorporate it in yourself. Definitely go watch the video that I did. I was talking about, you got people trying to introduce your style. You got people trying to introduce your style, your way, your swag, your energy. Like they're trying to, like, you know, it's like observing you to like copy and paste, like in that kind of way, like to embody. Like they think that by observing and being like, you know, observant and, you know, keen on that kind of observatory skills, because, you know, you're focused really on yourself like that. Like if only you can like flip that and be like that towards yourself, that'd be dope as fuck. You'd be real like developed, you know what I'm saying, on an evolutionary scale. You wouldn't even have to do this nonsense, but whatever, to each their own. But what were we saying? I got distracted. Yeah, so what were we saying? So yeah, you got right. So you have people that that the video, I'm gonna link it, that you got people like literally focus on you, seeing how you do, and then trying to embody that, right? They call that like and ciphering your energy, but it's really not ciphering your energy. It's just mimicking your energy. So don't get confused with the lingo that they try to like condition into your being to see of how to perceive that kind of thing. Those that be saying, oh, they're ciphering your energy, they're not ciphering your energy, they're mimicking your energy. And if you accept the mimic as a cipher, then you can really like cause a certain kind of lower vibrational energy shift to occur within your being because you're accepting the perception, so to speak. And so there in your subconscious, you receive it that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, that's just like really deep. Like, you know, I wasn't trying to be so deep today. Well, I don't know. How can I not try to be so deep today? I'm deep every day. You hear what I'm saying? Like, and that could be that too. You got people that wish you weren't as deep or evolutionized as you were. Like, excuse me? Not like, who knew that there could be jealousy of spirituality too? Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's a thing to be jealous about now too. How about inspired? How about motivated now? Which is how we should be perceiving each other and how each of us should like really accept one another and absolute like, wow, you're amazing, and you triggered the amazing in me too, and I like that type of energy, and let's build together on that, even if we build individually, separate and apart. That's dope. Thank you for charging me up in this kind of way, right? But you have that superficial, right? They can't be ciphering your energy. That was where I was going with that. They can't cipher your energy because how can you cipher something? It's not, it's ether fuel on physical fuel, human fuel. So you got the human mimicking the ether. Anyways, we can talk about that in another fucking video because that's a whole other chapter to go into about how like we gotta really truly be discerning even the language that you speak and the perception that you choose to take in as your own, because it may not necessarily be your own. It could just be programmed into you or like embedded, you know, and then you go off on your tangent from your conditioning and stuff in way and feed that energy that meant to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, just being keen on how it should really be. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, all right, so ginkgo biloba is one of the oldest known plant species living on Earth. Unique to this wise tree is its ability. Hold on one second, please, because I gotta fix something. Right, so unique to this wise tree is its ability to live in a highly disturbed landscape on the edge of a river and cliffs, rocks, or eroded soil, which is like you, like we said, you're here in a highly disturbed landscape of zombioids, right? You know, planet Disturbia, you know what I mean? Planet Disturbia. Right? That's ginkgo biloba is ours, right? So, resolute in the face of disturbance, ginkgo offers us lessons filled with perseverance, composure, and hope. When someone tries to take you off course, what tools do you possess that will offer solid footing or stability to avoid collapse, right? Not giving our power away to anything, like in that went with the wording of that too, right? Of the perception of how someone chooses to see something, like the ciphering, like the cipher, like you can't cipher from me, so what the fuck you talking about? You can mimic, right? So the energy of what creates the magic is what's missing from that mimic. You know what I'm saying? And that has a timestamp. Like you can view it in a superficial way, like in the world, the way that the gossip columnists and or the gossip in Hollywood is talking about the collapse of the fall or the perceived fall or collapse of the Kardashians now, right? So it's like things coming into full circle. It's like Like, how much can you steal or take from that of another, of an idea, of a thing, right? When you're the empty, just taking, not the creative. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. But that's as far as I'm going to go with that and that. So we're moving on. So if you choose this one. Oh, you see what I mean? And I got this. I even got this today. And it just didn't look like it. Like, I didn't even know that was that. Mint, right? Menta spiccata, footing, right? So self-care, stability with your footing. Menta spiccata can be a bully in the garden. Ooh, Menta is a bully, right? And we could be dealing, so you could be dealing with bullies, internet bullies, real life bullies, work bullies, family of bullies, and all this kind of stuff. Like those that really just want to energetically test you on your boundaries, energetically want to push you to, like, you know, not like, it's so much resistance towards what you're putting out, like in that type of energy field, and it can be like an energy bully, because it's like, why are you doing this? Why you're even like moving this way? Why are you acting or behaving this way? Like, why you gotta make me feel like that? It was like you gotta watch the other videos. I'll link the videos. They're 555 videos. Forgot the names of them already, but they start with 555. So I'll put the link. But like when I was talking about like how people's perceptions or the way that they negatively perceive something about another person that they have no idea, that they don't fucking know, because they're seeing their greatness or they're good, or that they look good, or they look like their money's up, or they look like they got things going on. And then when they walk into the room, get quiet about that, and then pick up on something from that person, like awkward or whatever, not realizing that the energy that they put out that was so negative, and that person coming in that was just so positive has been through negative and positive too. Just because you see them up doesn't mean that they don't know what negative feels like. And you got them coming into a room feeling your negativity towards them for no motherfucking reason, and then asked to like still like and their natural good nature, authentic nature, it feels uncomfortable in that situation. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do I gotta come in here and you make me feel uncomfortable because you're uncomfortable in my presence, or whatever the case may be? You're not comfortable in your own. Like, and so now you want to side-eye me because you feel my leveling of awkward, and you want to project that shit onto me. Meanwhile, it was you the whole time. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So this flora is strong in both scent and footing. Its tenacity is admirable. Like mints on the ground, rhizomes, our emotions can be easily hidden. However, when left unattended, they can be overbearing. We can employ barriers to keep things in check and maintain a facade of stability. Initially, this approach can be beneficial, but often leads to hardship. When presented with strong emotions, do you expose them or hide them? Right? So part of my like personal journey and stuff like that has been breaking through my own barriers of expression and emotion and stuff. So it's an emotionally raw roller coaster. I when people talk to me like that actually do watch my videos or whatever, and I speak to them, they always say that I go from so many ranges of emotions that is crazy. Like, you know, I'll cry 1 minute, I'll laugh 1 minute, or whatever, and do this, and that's my life. You know, that's the phase, that's the broken phase, that's the energy, right? Coming in that kind of way. I see a phase, like a broken phase, repairing itself, right? And that's what's happening here, right? Like, so many people tend to run from strong emotions. They don't know how to deal with it because it's uncomfortable. Right. And part of my journey in my life, feeling rejected by people because I'm that trigger specialist, right? Where I bring up the uncomfortable emotion and we got to sit in it, but not everybody's ready to sit in it. So part of my path has been to learn when to discern and to use it and stuff like that, which is now why I have services. It's like, okay, there's no more putting your foot or nose in where it doesn't belong. And if somebody wants your help, they'll ask you right? Like kind of thing, right? Because and then the best thing and most thing you can do is find your form of artistic expression and creation and stuff like that, which is my many outlets. I make a lot of things, I do a lot of things, and I center, and I'm that alchemist in that kind of way, and whatever the case may be, right? With all the content creators in the world, at least be a real one, right? So that'd be me too, right? And you tapped in, turned on, tuned in to hear receiving me in that kind of way, because this is 50-50 crowd, and different reasons, different seasons, different purposes, different reasons that people be up in here. But either way, a lot of the people, especially those that hide in here, that they come up in here and they act like they never do, like that, right? Too, this be for you. When presented with strong emotions, do you expose them or that you hide them? Because if there's one realm of existence that I am tapped in, turned on, tuned into, is emotion. So you best believe when someone hides, I feel that shit. Right, moving on. This is the one I picked. Basically, the self-stability footing. Did you pick this one too? The cornflower, self-sow, right? This is the cornflower. And this is funny too, because I use these. These are like, they come in different colors too, right? But anyways, as humans, we prefer togetherness over isolation. However, learning the nuances between dependence and autonomy is critical to our wellness. Luckily, cornflower offers a window of wisdom. Capable of self-sowing, this flower is able to propagate itself by its seed. Oh, I love this. This flower knows how to achieve a healthy state of interdependence, tending to those around it while caring for itself. How can you germinate personal confidence and maintain communal connectivity? Right? And for many of you, that's kind of like what's happening now. You have self-persevered. You're getting into that ownership of that leadership, that energy of alchemy that you are. And so now you're self-sowing back into the world, right? In the way that you are connected. And so it's a transitionary period too, because you're learning through your discerning and all this kind of stuff, self-care, self-sow, stability and footing here on earth, right? That's where you be. You're creating this stability, this legacy wealth of abundance, right? That has you grounded, feeling safe, right? You're provided for, feeling safe, or working on that, right? If you're not already there. And you have this opportunity in your safeness, in your safety, in your net, right? To create more in the footing with that stability of energy of alchemy now that you have. Before, when you were creating this for yourself, when you were needing to get stable, when you were needing to foot, and when you were going through those transitions, and now that you have it, right? Those are two different energies. So now it's from this self-care position of conscious awareness that you're going to make sure that the next steps, go watch my other videos too, because I talk about that in different kind of ways, like getting out of your own way from the energy, because the energy that you started off on this path with, right? The reason, the purpose may have shifted, may not be the same. And so you want to go tend to the subconscious in that kind of way. And you want to go back to that point of time when it started and getting into the mindset that needs to match this currency, this current moment, because the past moment doesn't match this currency moment. So make sure that it's all aligned, mind, body, heart, and soul, right? There's no conflict in that. So, right. So definitely follow me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. And you can also follow for free and subscribe for just 99 cents. And there you will receive and be gifted immediate access to hundreds plus infinitely growing content creation, DIY recipes, strategy, coaching, tarot, all exclusive. And what I mean by exclusive, this is what I mean. I don't share anything that's over there any fucking where else. So for just 99 cents, which you don't have to exchange any of your personal information with me, that's between you and Instagram, right? And you have the freedom to cancel at any time. So if you do it for 99 cents, you invest 99 cents, and you're like, I don't even like this shit, then you can hop off and go your merry way, right? But it is mana for your whole. Those that do join continue to stay, and those that continue to keep joining in that kind of way have found the mana that is uplifting for them in every kind of way. There's something for everybody in there, because not everybody's in the leveling of how I be, or whatever the case may be. There's different reasons why people have come for different things, and I share things. I share that which I do. There's a lot of one-on-one too, and whatever. It's cool. It's a cool place. So either way, definitely, especially for evolutionary purposes and for your energy of alchemy, that is where I'm on my mastery, energy management solutions. And that's how I have found my purpose and path to share the energy management solutions that are worthy to be shared. And you handle that with care, because nobody can do it for you but yourself. I don't want anybody to become codependent on my energy, and I don't want to pick up anybody else's slack or energy that I don't need to. This is why it's DIY, strategize in all my levelings of alternative services that I offer. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for yourself, accountable for yourself, and I'm so excited to help you stand 10 toes deep down in your position of authenticness. I think that's dope. So, anyways, I'm a lifetime transcendentalist with over 35 plus years of experience, and I like this opportunity of self-expression and ability to be able to navigate and do this in this way, where it's not draining, where it's helpful to others, along with evolutionary for myself. All right, that was my little mini advert. You could also go to witchyutopian.com, subscribe over there for free. There is free printables along over there too. There's a shop of handcrafted items that I make that are powerful and potent as fudge. You can definitely read about each of the things for yourself. There's a Muse in a Box subscription that once a month you get a Muse in a Box type of experience of alchemy that is geared towards preparing you for the month ahead, and diving deep into your own subconscious layers of growth. There is included handmade items, hand-picked items, and just recipes of certain kind of alchemies that are finer tuned to your energy of experience. So it's very personalized. It's from me to you once a month, and it's like opening a Muse in a Box, like wonderful surprises that you're gonna love. Like everything that you unravel, everything that you open is personalized to you, and there's instructions on how to do certain kind of things, what to do, and it's all for you. Like nobody's box is the same. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. You're unique in every kind of way. So even if everybody, if people get certain similar items or certain kind of things, every box is unique up into you, and it's never going to be the same as somebody else's. So, and I like that, because I like the free reign with that. And so I've been having fun making those and shipping those out every month. So yeah, cool. Either way, yeah, cool. Alrighty. I'm also on TikTok at Alchemistic Poetess. That's me. What further insights of evolution do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in at this moment in time? It smells delicious. Be quiet. Welcome. Welcome to the humor inside this house. Children of Lure. I think we got in this card before. I don't remember what it's about. But we'll see. You could be 37 years old. You could be a life path number 3, life path number 7. So you could be life path number 1. Right? Wasn't it a sad story? Right? So I don't remember, but we're gonna read it from the book and stuff. But like this is a sad story. Or if not, I'm picking up on a sad story. Right? Of like maybe your childhood was sad, right? And so something is transforming from that. Maybe you had a sad childhood, and the evolution for you now is not to have a sad life, but a happy, joyous one, content with that which you have built for yourself and that which you have for yourself, because that's what you deserve for yourself. You weren't always supposed to be sad, you know? Out with you upon the wild waves. Out with you upon the wild waves, children of the king. Henceforth your cries shall be with flocks of birds. In the haunting tale from Ireland, we learn of 5 kings battling to rule over the... Oh, I remember, right? The people of the land, sometimes called fairy. One ruler is chosen, but one king walks from the gathering proclaiming himself their chieftain. Okay, hold on. Right, so we're just going to go to the meaning. This card is here to watch all my videos and you would know what this card is all about. This card is here to remind you of the eternal nature of your soul. That while lifetimes will shift and change and you will transform from one incarnation to another, your soul is on a journey and you are more than what takes place within this one lifetime. Yes. Your soul is ages old, has already traveled so far, and soon you will understand at least a part of your current journey far more than you do at your present. This card will also remind you that it is natural for your belief system to evolve and even radically alter throughout one lifetime. Yes, you are most of all allowed to follow the direction the journey of the soul is taking you in. Yes. Your form may change, but your voice remains. Use your voice to speak your story. You might be shifting from one faith to another, one belief to another, one understanding from another, but that's okay. Releasement from a long family burden is on the rise. Release at this time. Wisdom to stay together with loved ones. Suffering will end. You are loved no matter your form. Irish sacred myth, often told as a fairy tale. Right? I love that. Use your voice. You have a beautiful voice. Sing, speak, read out loud. Sing. Sing. So having a footing with your voice, right? And the bully, right? So standing up to the bullying without fighting, right? Finding your footing to say that what you need to say, to express that what you need to express, to get it out of your chest. Because if not, you cycled that same bullshit of enabling the bully to be that. So it's shutting it down, right? It's shutting it down. This May, I could have been born in May, but something in May, April, May, and June, right? Starting from March. Angel number 876, 678. It could be life path 6, life path 7, life path 8, or 9. It could be on a 5 vibration. You could have been born in February, born in January, born in December. Traveling on a Saturday, Thursday, or Friday. Be a Sagittarius, it could be a Scorpio, Libra, Virgo. The Goose Girl. That's life path number 1, life path number 5, life path number 6. When the hour for departure drew near, the old queen went to her bedroom, and taking a small knife, she cut her fingers until they bled. Then she held a white handkerchief beneath them and let 3 drops of blood fall upon it. She gave it to her daughter and said, "Dear child, take great care of this token of my love, for it may be of great use to you upon your journey." A young princess set out on a long journey to marry a prince. Her mother, a widowed queen, gives her only daughter a protective charm, 3 drops of her own royal blood upon a snow-white handkerchief and a golden goblet from which to drink. The princess will take this journey upon her beloved horse, the wondrous Falada, who has an extraordinary talent. He can talk. She is to be accompanied by her maidservant, and so the 2 women, one royal and one a servant, set out upon the journey to destiny. After hours of travel, the castle is far behind them. Thirsty, the princess asked the servant to fetch her water in the golden cup, but the maidservant tells her shortly to get it for herself. She will not give the princess the golden goblet, so the queen's daughter cups her hands in the flowing water of the river and drinks. While leaning over, the 3 drops of blood somehow speak, sighing that if her mother knew how she was being treated, her heart would be broken. A second time, the princess stops and asks for water again. Again, the servant refuses. "Thank you, baby." The princess, shocked, drinks again from the stream, and again her mother's charm sighs, speaking of how wrong this treatment is and to beware. The princess is so shocked at the warning, she fumbles forward into the stream, and the handkerchief with her mother's blood and her magical protection is lost. With the golden goblet in the keeping of the maid, the blessing of the mother's lost. The maid makes her move and demands the princess strip and swaps clothes with her. She explains that she is going to be the princess. She will marry her intendant, and if the princess speaks a word, the maid will kill her. She forces her to swear an oath of silence, that she will never speak to another person of this crime. The princess, disabled by her own gentleness and sheltered life, obeys and agrees, and so begins her life as a servant, and ultimately as the goose girl in the kingdom she was once meant to rule over. This story seems a simple one, of true identity and injustice. It also seems to be about, at its heart, overcoming intimidation and restoration. But this tale is also deeply magical. The charm given to the princess is one of the most potent of fairy tale symbols. The river is the place where her true self is lost, and from that point forward, she is no longer able to speak her truth to a single person. The loss of the protection of her mother is the catalyst for change within this tale. I can cry kind of whatever, because it's kind of like, I'm not saying that it is, but I'm just saying this kind of reminds me of like the death of my mother. I felt like that shifted for me, because I felt like the one person that had my back and like was really there to protect me and to love me unconditionally was taken. And so all was stripped and lost. So I'm not just talking about me, and I'm not bringing me up, but I'm just saying maybe you feel like that too. Maybe in your childhood or in your moment of like where you had divine protection, something was taken away from you that made you feel stripped of your rights, right? Your dignity, right? Or like even just being, let's say, abused or misused or something like that, and where you don't feel this power anymore. Right. So, and this is like that. This is like what we were talking about, like what you got people really focused upon mimicking, right? Or like, or acting like you. Or even if you watch the other videos and stuff like that, and the 555 ones, we talk about like you having a connection with someone and someone else peeping that and then copying and bodying you to fuck up the connection that you have with that other person, to be like the in the Little Mermaid, that false princess, the one pretending to be Ariel because she took her voice. Like you got people on the internet doing shit like that, watching people that have, let's say, lesser viewings or lesser followers or subscribers and stuff like that, and they watch their fucking content and they go use it on their fucking platform and try to introduce it as something solid as themselves, like being the fake, just being fake and phony and not really real, like a chameleon just trying to steal that which is that theft, right? So when we lose who we are, our ancestral link, our stories, our connection to place and to land and to blood, we are lost, and our identity can be taken, right, by people who with no self-identity, who would rather take your identity because it's easier to just mimic and be an empty fucking vessel, right? So, and our identity can be taken, and we can be bullied and intimidated into giving up our power, even our true selves. And so the maid takes the goblet, takes the princess's horse, the noble Falada, and then she takes her destiny. The prince is fooled, for he sees only the maid's fine garments and her pretty face, but the old king can see the young servant's dignity, beauty, and grace. Even so, the false princess has Falada's head cut off, so he cannot share the truth with anyone, and she hangs his head over the gates of the castle to remind the goose girl of what her fate will be if she speaks out against the false princess. I'm so upset by that. Why did Falada have to die? The horse. They killed the horse. I don't like this story. Oh my gosh, I don't like this story. The story makes me mad. Good, get mad. Express yourself. Be, even if intimidated, even if made to feel smaller, even if you're going up against people that have more money than you, more power than you, more followers, subscribers, whatever, speak your fucking truth. Call them out if you have to. Call them out. Say their name. Oh my gosh, my daughter and I were talking about that too. I don't know his name, but the 6'9" guy with the colorful hair, there was something about him getting jumped at LA Fitness. I don't know, one of the gyms and stuff like that, for being a snitch and stuff like that by nobodies, like by people like supposing like lesser than or whatever. Nobody's lesser than, but still, that's the way the fucking world is. Because he snitched, like, and me and my daughter had this conversation where we were like, this is why people get away with stuff. This is why enablers, this is why people want to shame whistleblowers or people that have evolved past the, we're not, this is wrong kind of shit. Like, first of all, what kind of lower mind will jump this dude because he was a snitch and you don't snitch and you don't mind your fucking business? How about that? Like, what a loser. Anyways, I get upset. Like, but anyways, let's free. Let's throw activate, right? Let's free the goose girl in you, whether you're male or female. Let's free the goose girl in you, whether you're male or female, to feel afraid, right? Not to not feel afraid, to break that. Oh, I'll say your fucking name. You'll be like, oh, I don't name names. Name names. Name names. Pussy. Right? Oh my God, I didn't mean to say that, but whatever, we'll. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. After much time later, and with some food in my system, I'm returning so that we can release less angrily the goose girl. I was getting hangry, taking it out on the story and getting upset. So let us continue. The food was delicious, by the way. Right? All right. So, because this gets me upset because like people be getting away with shit like that, right? These injustices in this world, like people actually will rise up, like take your content, take your stuff, take your ideas. Like, you know, look at what the this is like superficial media, Hollywood media, like how the Kardashians are sued for stealing people's ideas, stealing people's names, stealing people's things, and for so long they get away with it, and people are calling this now like their flop era or something like that. This mainstream media, so this is why I see it. You understand? Like I'm on the internet, so of course I'm gonna see these freaking highlights and like highlights and stuff like that. So just look at it like from that superficial perspective. Like goes around comes around. Like you might get away with it for some level of time, but ingus, right? Because I was seeing this rune right here. Where did I see it in the camera? But I don't see it over here. Right. Yeah. I love that. Right? That's like here. You see it? Okay. All right. So anyways, and so the maid takes the goblet, takes the prince's horse and noble Falada, and then she takes her destiny. The prince is fooled, for he sees only the maid's fine garments and her pretty face. But the old king can see the young servant's dignity, beauty, and grace. Even so, the false princess has Falada's head cut off, so he cannot share the truth with anyone, and she hangs his head over the gates of the castle to remind the goose girl of what her fate will be if she speaks out against the false princess. Each day she tends the geese, combs out her hair, golden strands flying in the breeze, and speaks with Falada's head beneath the gates of the castle, sharing her burdens and fears. Their friendship continues even after death. Aww. The king sees her speaking with Falada, and even though she refuses to share with him what it was she spoke of, he convinces her that she must share her tale with an iron stove, a place of ironclad safety where no soul will hear her. Her story spills out, her heartbreak over the murder of Falada, the golden cup, the loss of her mother's gift, and how ashamed she is of letting both her mother and her dead father down. The king, now aware of the deception, asked the false princess what she would do should someone steal a true princess's identity, slaughter a magical beast, steal a mother's charm, and deceive a prince and a king. The false princess declares that she would send this person rolling down a steep hill trapped within a barrel studded with the sharpest of nails. The king declares this to be her fate, frees the goose girl, and restores her to her royal status. But still, can they sew Falada's head back on since he still communicates? Since he's a mystical being and can obviously be slaughtered, so can they put his head back on, please? This may seem to be a tale about a bitter servant and a weak princess, but it is, at its heart, about protective magic and magical beasts, about appearances and truths, and about identity and generational truths. There is a rich vein of symbolism in this beautiful tale, and so when this card comes through, know that someone extremely honorable has been wronged, and their work, their special signature has been stolen from them. The truth must come out. What? So for all of you who've ever felt an injustice to those that are going around and thinking that they can get away with a slither of this deceit of stealing any part of your identity, your message, your magic. Oh, Pluto's here. And let me tell you, my dear, I don't go and ignite or incite fear, but I got nothing to worry about here in terms of authenticity. And so I'm excited for this evolution. And if there's anything within my being that I don't see that is of deception, you see, I call upon it too to be revealed unto me so that I might transmute it as well and transform and grow from my own personal experiences too. So that I can be the living embodiment example of that which I must breed, seed, and desire to be in full motherfucking alchemy. Even I am not exempt from these things. You know what I mean? This is exciting. Right? So the truth must come out. If any have stolen or taken what belongs to you. Did you hear that? Metaphorically or actually from you, it shall be restored to the rightful owner. It also speaks of how the cruelty, malevolent, I can't say this word, malevolent, 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 malevolent. How the cruelty a malevolent and jealous soul wishes upon an innocent other will only return to them. There will be a balance and a reckoning. Again, the strong connection with nobility exists beyond death. Falada's magic continues. It cannot be killed. Nor can the truth. Justice will be done. Allies continue to do their work on your behalf. And even when the protection of parents vanishes, your own integrity and nature will see you through. Truth pours forth, and the old king, wise and perceptive, hears all her words and knows the truth for himself for the first time. She may have lost her status, but her nature is still noble. After 3 days of tending the geese, her story becomes known. The false princess is punished cruelly after choosing the punishment for herself, and the prince learns wisdom in how easily fooled he was. Falada stays half within this world and half within another, and the princess does not forget what it is to be left out, and is a kind and fair queen in return. Right? So the meaning of this card is all about identity theft. Like, what? This just falls in line. Do you understand? I don't know every single one of these cards at any given time, and I pulled them with you. Authenticity questioned, right? Oh my gosh. So I have no concept of time, and I'm going to say the other day, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the other day, but someone had spoke about me, not maliciously or anything like that, but still you got to look at it in the content that it is and the perception that one was receiving it in, but saying that the way that I laugh, right, is false. Like there's something they're concerned, right, about my laugh, because it's out there, right? I know what my giggle sounds like. I know what my laugh sounds like. I have been knowing this all of my freaking life. I don't know, and stuff like that. So what this person, and so this came to my attention and stuff like that. And I speak my mind. I'm as blunt as can be, and I got words for every motherfucking body. Not speaking about it in a fighting stance or even getting aggressive or getting upset, because I'm not upset. I'm in a different place in my life, and I'm just, I'm in my truth. I'm in my authenticity too. So if you perceive that what you perceive and be like, oh, look at her laugh is all fake too, and all this that's you. That is you. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm very clear about that. I'm very fucking clear about that, no matter what comes out of somebody else's mouth. So I found this intriguing because I know that there's growth for this for me to learn. And it was I was commending myself for not being the least bit tithered, ruffled, even though my laughter was being challenged. I know what it's like to not laugh and to hold back my laughter. Kids have made fun of it since I started sharing my giggles, having a laugh, or because I laugh loud and I don't stop and I get into a crescendo and I just like whatever, like, because that's just the way it be. It's like when I sneeze in multiples, never just once, so many times. Right? So people might be questioning your authenticity, challenging you. Don't get defensive. Know your place. Stand 10 toes deep down and let them think whatever the hell they want. It's only a matter, like, your perception of me is a reflection of you. Right? Your perception of me is a reflection of you. What's the rest of it? I'm losing it. And my awareness and wait, your perception of me is a reflection of you, and my ability to see. I'm butchering the quote. No, I want to know what this quote is. It's like I know what I'm saying in my mind, but I don't know. But like, your perception of me is a reflection of you, and oh man. What is happening here, yo? Oh my goodness. You're oh, there we go. Reaction. That's right. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. Swami Vivekananda said, awareness is a simple act of acknowledging the reality as it is. Any person's perception is an assumption they make about other people on their own. Right. So, you know what I mean? That too, right? Blood magic. People and their fucking narcissistic spirituality want to do like blood magic rituals and think that they're going to cement and bond and all this kind of stuff, but they really just do that to themselves. Okay. Right. So, good. I'm sorry. I was just reading something. So this is, hold on, baby. Hold on. All right. So justice from intimidation, right? Or from bullying or from unseen forces too. Wisdom, right? There will be those who envy you and try to take what is yours, right? But they can't. They can't take that which is yours, even if it appears so. Know you have your own ancestral guides and strong family ties. Believe justice will be done and the truth will be revealed. Know that who you are cannot be copied. What? You are protected and cared for. And that's another thing too. So some of you might be stable. And, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter that nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes, how you've stabilized or anything like that. The fact that you look stable, you look like you're okay. You look like you have everything you need and that you get everything that you want, right? One of my favorite affirmations. I have everything I need and I get everything that I want, right? So believe, right? No, you cannot be copied. Like what? Your energy matches too negative, right? You are protected and cared for. And that's another thing. So you might also be charming. You might also, like, let's say, even if you work in an industry of, like, let's say, tips or generosity from others and things like that, like, or you provide a service to others that they feel like they can't get nowhere else, or that they've tried to get elsewhere and nothing compares to the leveling of service that you provide for them. And so for them, that's like, you're like priceless. It's like, no, like, and so you might have energies that are overly generous with you, kind. Like if you work where you can get tips and all this kind of stuff too, like people are generous, donations, or just contributing to or sponsoring you behind the scenes, like, you know what I mean, and believing in your magic and believing in your service, wanting it and benefiting from it too in their own lives. Like if you're a life coach, a healer, body worker, you use your hands, right? You're a muse for people. Just being in your presence, they just want to be in your presence. They will pay you to just be in your presence because you inspire and you spark something within them that benefits them prosperously in so many ways that it's like, oh my gosh, let me reward you too, because it's because your energy inspires me to do the and you're meeting energy that can reciprocate in kind because they're not hating on you. You're growing together. Beautiful. Your status is not why you are loved, right? You are loved for your authenticity. So no matter what your status may be, and that's why it could be upsetting to people who are of status that feel like they're better than you or should be perceived or more attention and all this kind of stuff, right? Like that too, right? I have stories to share about people that had even just money, more status, more power, tight when they didn't get the attention, right? From someone that paid them no mind, but couldn't resist the energy that I am. And that'd be like you. And it's not conceitedness. It just is what it is. Right? So you might have people hating on that you are just naturally this way and they gotta try. So that's why they copy and paste you the best to their ability. It's superficial, of course, because the energy does not match. So it's like that Ursula turning herself into the false bride kind of thing for Eric, right? So maybe even for someone here, someone could be marrying someone who's false, and you know that. Look at watching green-eyed monster right there, right? Towards what you got. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. 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 I want to thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I. For those of you tapped in, turned on, and tuned in with I. I hope that you love it here. And if you do, act the motherfudging part. You know what I'm saying? So cool. So let's see what the angels have to say. Let's see what the angels have to say. We're going to start it off in this way, okay? We're going to start it off in this way. I'm going to choose 3 cards. And just for that moment's purpose, we're going to keep on and we're going to continue to choose more than one. But for this purpose, we're going to only choose one, okay? I'm going to choose one too. Oh. All right, 3 cards. Okay, 3 cards. For those tapped in, turned on, tuned in with I, you can choose one of the 3. One, okay? One. But just that moment, even if all messages apply, just that moment, what is going to be hitting your mind, body, heart, and soul at the same time. Like, okay. All right, what beautiful messages, or what evolutionary messages, what real messages do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in, that are here to be open to receive for evolutionary purposes, revolutionary purposes, and healthy, wealthy, stealthy. One. I'm going to mix them up, so it doesn't matter. Two. Okay. 4 again. Okay. So let's mix these up. Okay. Okay. So we have 4. Right? Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, you all might apply. I'm not taking that away from you. But for this moment in purpose and time, for this time here, choose only one. I know. All right. So this one's for me. Okay. Who else is picking this one? All right. So that one's the one I'm choosing. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, ready? If you chose this one, Page of Fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous, news of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. So there is like a dragon spirit animal here too, right? I'm connecting to the divine, the phoenix rising. So here, like the peacock too. So there's something that you're growing. There's some kind of kundalini awakening too, some kind of electromagnetic charge, right? News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity, right? So there might be travel too, going to a new land, new place, new territory for you to explore, whether it be in your career, home life, like in home life too, building that which is your castle too, proposition, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, to Archangel Metatron, right? You could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. You can have that in your chart. You don't have to. You could be learning something new, right? Because the Page of Fire too. You could be learning something new about that what you do, right? Or expanding further too, like being gifted another opportunity, another career, another multiple stream of income, another resource, another investment, another builder type thing that you're doing. But definitely learning something more too, like, so learning something too, right? So right? So Page of Fire, an exciting new opportunity comes your way. The angels guide you to wholeheartedly embrace this new endeavor. It may seem like a challenge, but it's one you're ready for. Dazzle people with your originality and ingenuity, right? So this is about you being outgoing, creative, and passionate about life, right? Being enthusiastic, seeking out new experiences that and making things happen, right? Being optimistic, confident, right? Courageous, exhilarating, busy, right? And also, mischievous too, right? But good news is on its way, a creative project, believing in yourself, right? That's good. Thank you. All right. So if you chose this one, we're going to you now. You got 10 of air, okay? The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction, right? So, right? 10 of air is like 10 of swords, right? An ending, right? For a new beginning, the end of a difficult situation. All the swords have been stabbed into you in every single kind of way, and it's now like getting up like a unicorn status, right? Unicorn, right? Leading that which from the divine is leading you at this time, right? This could be like self-sabotage too. This could be an addiction to a way of thinking, being, doing, right? Eating healthier, exercising more, going out in nature, tapping and tuning into the divine, your own spirituality at this time, meditation, yoga, knowledge, right? That too. So for those of you that chose this situation has ended. Okay. Fortunately, endings are always followed by new beginnings. You may feel sadness over what has transpired, mixed with welcome relief. It's time to walk away and embrace the dawning of a new day. Expect your circumstances to improve. It may be time to change your career. Perhaps you've completed a long-term project or have decided to pursue other employment. Don't put limits on what wonderful things the universe can bestow. Cast your net wide and see what fantastic opportunities you might catch. Nowhere to go but up. Recovery from an addiction, a melodramatic reaction to certain kind of situations, right? But I feel like it's also a sense of like getting out of your own way and coming into your own truth and standing firm in that what you do, right? So either way, if you choose this one, 10 of water, okay? A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Right, beautiful. So 10 of water, 10 wins, right? I used to say that as my power affirmation when I took debate in college, and we were forced, I say forced because it was such torture, to listen to 1010 News, which is the AM channel, and I just found it so dull. So I have to listen to it. And actually, I had to write articles and all this kind of stuff. Anyways, it was just torturous to have to listen to 1010. So every time I had to listen to 1010 AM, I would say 1010 wins, 1010, because that's what it's called. I think it's 1010 wins, right? I don't know, or maybe I made that part up. But 1010 News, I don't know, but I used to always say 1010 wins, 1010 wins. Anyway, right. So you have a content and rewarding family life, and there's great harmony among those around you. Your relationships are strong and trustworthy. You feel blessed and loved. Your needs, both material and emotional, are all met. Your relationships with your family and friends are genuine. Peace, joy, and unconditional love surround you. And this is what you're creating too. It's the treasure box, treasure trove. Look at, I see a child up here too. So that could be on its way. A happy marriage, right? Positive relationships, healthy relationships. That's important. Security, taking care of family members, right? And being provided for and taken care of, and having that divine countership partner, right? That is perfect for you. So now if you chose this one, like me, here we go, 9 of 8, expecting the word, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights, right? So this is also too, right? A completion of a cycle too, 9, 10, right? 9, you could be life path number 9 too. You could be life path number 1, right? You could also have air in your chart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? Expecting the worst, right? Don't let that be your own self-fulfilling prophecy. speaking negatively on yourself, right? Also maybe not resting enough as well, and things like that, expecting the worst. Like, let's not expect the worst. I'm guilty of this too. Like, I had to get out of my own way a lot of the stuff and identify that which I catch myself doing that doesn't serve. Like, after losing my mom, like, for example, my greatest fears were losing those that I loved the most. And so I created this anxiety and this fear-based thought, and I would have nightmares. Like, after my mother died, I would have nightmares about losing my sister, and all this kind of stuff, because she was the only other thing at that time that I couldn't stand to lose. Like, oh my gosh, like, I can't lose this. And it's crazy now because, we barely speak. So, these self-fulfilling prophecies and things like that. So, and then when I wanted to stop this sickness, this addiction, this falseness of living in this fear and this state of anxiety, like after having my child, like she doesn't deserve for me to be clinging on to her energy field out of fear of losing her. You get what I'm saying? She doesn't deserve that. And so that was what caused me to really attack and work on my expecting the worst, especially in those departments. I know as a parent, like, we always have these fears and, these worries and things like that, and things like that, but it doesn't serve our evolution, and it definitely doesn't, and our children don't deserve, or others don't deserve, for us to act out these fears and bring them and cause them trauma in their lives because we are unable to find the peace within our own, you know what I mean? So, like, me being overly paranoid and controlling, or like, no, you can't, like, do this. I'm not saying I ever denied her anything. I'm just saying, like, there would be like instances, like, I had these like little bit of like rules that were a little bit that I had to see, like, I shouldn't be putting this fear into anything because she's sensitive, she's intuitive, she knows, even if I don't say nothing. You know what I mean? So expecting the worst, or even in your own business, right? Expecting the worst, even in your relationships, expecting the worst, even in your family life, your stability, right? This whole reading too was talking about our footing, our stability here. So having that stability can be frightening to you because of maybe loss you dealt with in your life and stuff like that. So it's expecting the worst. Don't do that, right? Don't expect the worst, because you have a content and rewarding family life deserving of you, right? Any other messages at this time for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in before we say goodbye? This is your opportunity. If you have yet to like this fucking video, so like it now. Like, what is your problem? What is your problem? You know what I mean? Like, come on now. But what other messages do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in? Oh, I didn't read that from the book. I'm sorry. And did I read the 10 of water from the book? We'll see. We did, but I didn't read the 9 of air. Let me read that real quick. Sorry. Positive thinking is essential right now. Your own obsessive negative thoughts are the true culprits behind the trouble you fear. Release your guilt and realize that regret is a wasted emotion. Turn your attention to the amazing possibilities for the future and leave the past behind. If you're having unpleasant dreams at this time, write them in a journal. Bless them for their desire to inform you, and then send them to the angels. If depression is an issue, encourage those affected to seek professional counseling. Additional meanings of this card: sleeplessness, racing thoughts, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, worry, and stress-related illness. Okay, this could be too worrying about your health, like maybe not going to the doctor or not taking care of things that you should take care of, because if not you, then who? And if not now, then when? And if you're not good, then nothing else is good, my friends, right? So making sure that you're in tip-top shape, right? You might have that in your conditioning, right? Like for example, like even how we were, like how they raised us, like not to go to the doctor often. So you might have to go to the doctor and just do checkups and do these kind of things. And you have this fear-based worry that, oh my gosh, when I go, they're gonna tell me something, I'm dying or something. You get what I mean? Like, so shit like that. Like, don't create a stress a stressed illness. Don't create an illness that comes due to your stress and worry when you didn't have to. You know what I mean? It's like maintenance, like you take your car in for maintenance. Like, so look at it like that. You're just maintaining. Right? Any other messages for those tapping and turning on, tuning in, right? Page of water, right? Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, friendly, a new person enters your life, a relationship begins a new phase, heightened psychic abilities. Here, tapping in, turning on, tuning in with your divine counterpart, your divine soul tribe family that is here to help you to elevate into new positions, right? So it's new, it's fresh, it's nice, it doesn't have to be new either. It can, but there's a sense of newness because a new phase begins. So yeah, so kind of new, right? So this water element too. A new person or emotion is rousing, right? The situation entering your life now, right? So it could be a start of a friendship or a romance, or it could be, the friendship going into romance, or the renewal of one from your past. Whatever it is, there's a renewal of something. There's an intimacy, there's a sensitivity, there's a bonding happening here, right? A current relationship may enter a new phase. It's important to discuss your feelings with those around you. Your intuition and psychic abilities may also be heightened during this time. So, right? So being emotional, tapped in, turned on, tuned into your emotions and your needs, right? So having an emotionally fulfilling relationship or next step into your journey, right? Intuitive and sensitive, a person who's gentle, kind, artistic, and sometimes quiet, right? Being understanding, friendly, friends moving into lovers, like introverted, sympathetic romance happening. So a love letter, you could be receiving a love letter. You can be deepening the bond that you have with someone, experiencing real intimacy, important dreams, write them down, artistic endeavors taking off, you know what I mean? So yeah, I love that, right? Okay. Okay. Any and all messages in regards to love, since love wants to bloom, like, right, for those that are single, in a relationship, whatever the case may be, whatever messages, or those celibate and abstinent too in their lives, whatever the case may be, whatever, the Empress, fertility, nurturing, reclaiming your power, highly desirable, right? So your energies right now, she's a unicorn, one of a kind, hard to find, irreplaceable, right? You are a unicorn, you are hard to find, you are irreplaceable, right? And highly fertile. So pregnancy, right? Into the world. So you could be traveling too. But yeah, so a new step into the journey of your, look at a wand too. That one actually kind of looks like this one. Do you see that one? And then she had the crystal tip, like, anyways, the wand. Right? She's a unicorn. You're a unicorn, one of a kind, hard to find, irreplaceable, new phase in your relationship. So it looks insemination, like, like pregnancy. And you could be giving birth to a unicorn, like a rainbow. Giving birth to a gifted child. Or just having intimate. And being intimate. Feeling powerful, tantric evolution. That's right, accept no substitutions. This here is a revolution, evolution. Make sure to check out my community board. I post there daily too, memes that I love to create. I create memes, share links to other posts, other YouTube stations for you to definitely go check out, and just anything of interest that I want to share. So definitely go check that out over there, right? Right. So there's jealous ones, scared, right? The battlefield, fighting, arguments, disagreements, not on the same page, right? The study room. All right. So here, this is a separate message, right? The Empress, she's a unicorn. That be you, fertile too, but this is a 50-50 crowd of many different kind of energies and stuff like that. So this, I feel like, it's another message, right? So you might be dealing with people that are jealous, right? And got you here in the battlefield, but there's something that you're learning more new, right? So studying something, right? And so whatever the case may be, so you're studying something, you're doing something, you're learning something, and there might be energies around you that might be combative with you, in competition with you, and all this kind of stuff, because they're jealous of that which you bring, right? This reminds me of that Medusa energy right here, right? So whatever. And then for somebody else too, there's someone too that might be quiet about how they feel about you, but they're scared of losing you too. So they're protective of you, and it might show in some of the behavior. So let's say you're not even a couple and you're out together, and they like hold the door open for you, open the door for you, go around, like are very gentlemanlike, or like, I'm very doting to you, very attentive to you, like let's say somebody walked by you and it seemed like they bumped you or pushed you, and they're like, defensive and protective of you, like, you hear what I'm saying, like something like that, right? Yeah. So what else? The messages when I come out for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in. Whoa. Right? Right? Time is running out. Feeling the pressure, losing patience requires immediate attention. What requires immediate attention for those tapped in, turned on, tuned into this message? Pretty bright. Right? Battle wounds, an ongoing battle. We regard committed wedding marriage. They choose you. So for someone here, or for whoever this is going to be for, you might be getting married or something like that. And there might be battle wounds around that. There might be people that are not, it's not so much that they're not approving of this relationship or anything like that. It could just be something like just drama, except for the people that might be jealous and wanting your partner or something like that, or want, whatever the case may be. But there's a commitment here, there's a wedding here, there's a marriage right here, right? But there's still some battle wounds too, right? An ongoing battle. This could also be in a marriage too. So that's how I'm receiving this too, right? There could be an ongoing battle within a marriage, right? That has you hurt now, or this could be also from previous past relationships that are coming into and influencing the energy that you're in, and you might be getting married now. So don't allow the pressures of this time running out and all this kind of stuff to ruin a momentous occasion for yourself, to kind of be like, don't be a bridezilla. There we go. Don't be a bridezilla, okay? You need to close doors, unlocking mysteries, access to new experiences. What was closed before is not open, right? But, right. So I feel like you're out there in the world, you're putting yourself out there, doors are opening for you and stuff like that. But the devil's domain, there's people that are obsessed with you, addiction to you, right? Codependent upon your energy. So you might, this is for those of you that have your own social media presence and you're out there in the world. It doesn't have to be social media presence, but you are a celebrity somewhere in this world, right? And you're known, right? Circus in town, right? Drama, out of control, unpredictable situation, right? It's unpredictable because this is a wide land of metaverse space that you have no control over, all that you can do, right? This major transformation that's happening for you, but you got this devil's playground, right? Where these kind of people are obsessed with you, right? They're obsessed with you, and it's a fucking circus. It's a fucking circus of how much they're so obsessed with you. Why you're so obsessed with me, boy, you gotta know. But here you go, you're having your wishes granted right in front of their fucking face, right? The clock is moving slow, right? So it's slow progress for you, which is how you probably feel, and why it's like, oh my God, this is why it's not happening, or whatever, and this kind of stuff. Watch your negative talk, like, it's self-talk. Because there's magical energies that surround you. Your thoughts are manifesting and your wishes are coming true. So be cute, okay? Maybe time was moving slow so you can finally get all your shit together. You know what I mean? All right, this is a mixed crowd, but who do we got up in here? Right, let's see who we got up in here. Up in here. Up in here. Who do we got up in here? Right, private investigator. Right? So that's how you be. And these are just the energies too of how you be, right? Romantic anti-hero, underlying loyalty, magnetic rebel, concerned with adventure and freedom, pursuit of knowledge, power and satisfaction, right? Crime fighter, come to logic and accurate conclusions, skilled in gathering and utilizing information, perceptive, holds out against popular belief, right? So damn Skippy, right? You're like one of a kind. One of a kind. Look at, but all eyes on you. You might have people watching you too. Like we said, anyways, we already know that. Right? We already know that. Scapegoat, powerful force, reveals the truth through honesty. Important part of conflict resolution, strong-willed, injustice seeking, protective, right? So yeah, you are a powerful force that reveals the truth through honestly, and it can be felt, right? You're an important part of conflict resolution, and you are needed on this planet, okay? You are strong-willed and justice seeking, and you are divinely lit, guided, and protected, period. Lovable, timeless, laughs at oneself, reveals truths, nonverbal communication, silliness, trickster, devised convention, imagination, right? So you might be silly, right? I definitely go check out my Instagram and my videos. Like I did a silly video. It may have been posted by the time you see this one. But with me just sitting with myself and what it looks like to be on and off camera, like it's for real, like whether I'm on camera or off camera, I'm still the same. You know what I'm saying? So acting like a clown in that kind of way, just being silly. So definitely, I'll try to make sure. So you heard that motorcycle. Right? So here we are. Weakling prince, independent, initiates, takes accountability for wrongdoing, right? Enjoys the world and appreciates challenges, makes decisions based on balance of self and others. And that's good, right? Because it's going against the ones with no passion for life, right? And uninterested, right? So you're independent, you initiate, you take accountability, you change things, you move things, you shift things, right? Right. So, and you don't play victim, right? Even if you have been a victim, right? Making decisions based on balance of self and healthiness, right? Not being like a hypochondriac or Mr. Nice Guy syndrome too, right? So, and not being a victim when challenges arise, right? Child, right? You have a childlike quality to you, innocent, playful, spontaneity, or if not, this is the energy that you should be getting into, right? Tapping into your creativity, the vibrancy, the energetic being that you are with a healthy psyche, right? Lighthearted, future potential, and expressive, right? Not being overly dependent or having tantrums or being stubborn and things like that, or, you know, moody bad, be moody good. You know what I mean? So loner, right? Them Skippy, right? Loves and needs solitude, secretly hopes everyone will go away. Right? Good company to themselves, solo interest, secretly wishes to be drawn out by someone, right? Yeah. So the loner seeking romance too, right? So it's like a romantic at heart, right? So not and healing past the fear of connections, right? And not being able to unable to collaborate with others and being able to collaborate with others, right? And tapping into your own energy of frequency, vibration, and feeling and being honest and real about that and authentic to yourself, like environmentalist, physically fit, right? Perpetually curious, loves family, healthy, fearless, holistic, balanced, transformative, removes obstacles, harmony, right? That'd be you, right? You might be also into, I feel like a chef or something like that, or a cook or a baker to of some sort, or a herbalist, something like you create something that people consume, right? Ingest or something like that, like because I'm getting like real earthy, like so you might tend to people's senses of like or aromatherapist or something like, something that is Good. Like I'm getting tasty. Guide, right? Wise, sensible. You are wise, sensible, shrewd, down to earth, balance between head and heart, divine, measured action, skillful words, awareness, right? You're not tapped into your overinflated ego, right? Yeah, wise and sensible and a beautiful soul inside and out. I love that, of course. Right. Two more, three more. Go between, right? Mediator, peacemaker. You're peacemaker, level-headed, craves harmony, resolution, helps others feel heard, patient, observational skills, right timing. Also like a caretaker of some kind, whether it be for the animals or for humans too, like a nurse, doctor, practitioner, health practitioner of some sort, a therapist or something, meditation, mediation, like, you might even be a divorce attorney or of some sort of, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Right. Chef. Didn't I say there was like a chef here? So never mind. So right, natural leader, influencing and persuasive. You might be like a healing chef, right? Your food is like a healing elixir to others. It makes others feel good in some kind of way, right? Creative self-expression, nurturing, spontaneous, entertaining, passionate, right? You could be like a celebrity chef. You can be an entertainer chef or something. I don't know, but whatever. Either way, like a artist chef or some kind, right? Weaver, right? Wise, truth teller, tough, and a perfectly perfect content and not suffering from FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Steady attention brings rewards. Magical, you're a magical being. Okay, two more for real, for real. All right, musical. Two more for real, real. For real, for real, for real, for real. Two more for real, for real. This is you. This is all you, baby. This is what you all about. Good. Hey, I'm glad it was like the good energies because I tell you, like, this is 50-50 up in here. But I find that even the 50-50 that we up in here, we all have the highest, we all have the potential to be our greatest selves. So I'm faithful for that. Devouring mother, protective, loving, supportive, nurturing, space for growth and independence, acknowledges child's needs for individuality. You are beautiful mothers that are here, right? I love that. The potential to be this divine mother. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Right, father, right? So we didn't leave out the fathers. You're an inspirational dad for those of you that are a dad or soon to be dads or will be a dad or ever questioned or wondered how you would be as a dad. If you were tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, you would be an amazing, wonderful father, right? Disciplined, rational, wise, free others to explore and learn, understanding, protector, overseas. So look, if somebody here is possibly uniting with another and becoming parents together, this could be a what is it, interracial, because this guy looks a little white to me, right? But either way, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Samurai, protector, lawful, so might be getting married too, in the court, or having an actual wedding too. Insightful, resourceful, intuitive, implacable spirit to overcome enemies, right? There we go. Divinely lit, guided, and protected, like overcoming enemies. Mental and spiritual strength is unbreakable. What? Right. Right? Take out my samurai sword and decapitate your ass. Hey, okay. Here we go. Profane, prostitute, having faith, guardian, ally of self, self-love, walking away from toxic relationships, integrity, understanding personal power. And for the many of you that tap in, turn on, tune in with me, right? You might have been triggered by some of my celibacy or abstinence type of things, right? But you find yourself on the path now that wants that doesn't want to spread yourself so thin, right? And is seeing that I'm not speaking negatively towards you or about you or anything like that. And I'm just standing 10 toes down in my position of believing the divinity of abstinence and celibacy and being reserved, in your own energy of who you share yourself with. And I'm just always going to be like that. And I'm just like, I'm always going to preach that. And I'm always going to advocate for that. You do what you want. I'm not here to judge you and stuff like that. So I just feel like if you're definitely tapping in, tuning in with me and never felt this way about yourself before, you might be feeling that way about yourself now. And so this is having faith, right? giving yourself self-love, right? Walking away from toxic relationships, toxic ways of being, and tapping into your own divine feminine, masculine energies and respecting yourself a hell of a lot more. You know what I mean? And yeah. Entertainer, for those of you too tapped and tuned in with me, right? You entertain, you're enthusiastic, you're clever, you're expressive, you bring joy and humor, you're playful, you're the life of the party. Even if you're not the life of the party, you stand out, right? You stand out, you're the star. Lives in the moment, shock value, fun loving vibe, over the top, right? You're an entertainer, right? You're a creator. Achiever, accountant, right? Thorough, investment, stability, happiness, financial new beginnings, savings, prosperity, pleasure, and security. Achiever, having high goals, founders of clubs, groups, making and checking off lists, beating records, making tough decisions, right? A leader, successful, an entrepreneur, an investor, a builder, right? A scientist, and I keep getting that in the thing, like getting something patent, right? Trademark, published, syndicated. I don't know what even that means. I don't know, whatever. Let's see. I love these. If you have yet to like this video, what the fuck are you waiting for? Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in. This is going to be the last of the oracles, my friend, for this video at this moment in time. So thank you so much for riding the wave with I at this moment. I hope that you are feeling wonderfully, magically delicious, especially after tapping in, tuning in with I for all this length of moment of time. Like, hello, delicious be your wave. You know what I'm saying? So what other messages do we have for those tapped in, tuned in, of insight, evolution, advice, and just great, magical, delicious insight, balance, creating the balance from the mystery and this diversity of you, finding this position of you that is the butterfly flying out of your cocoon here, stable on these lands, also in the air, and your mentals too, right? Being rooted to Mother Earth in every kind of way, right? The development of your own kind of wisdom at this time, right? Blossoming, right? Music. So some of you might be into music and too, right? So having even like creating an album, letting people hear your gifts, right? Whether you sing, dance, write, recite poetry, act, perform, create, whatever it is that you create, blossoming into that and transforming too, because you have something to share with the world, and you are the sun, you are the stars, you are the moon, you are the galaxy, you are the want, you are the need, you are the crave. Okay, you are the beauty, you are the unicorn beauty, because look at that, you little unicorn cat. It's like, but also like what kind of which cat was that? Or is it a phoenix? I don't know. But either way, do you see that? Powerful, right? Powerful. Powerful be you. Beautiful is you inside and out. And no one can match your beauty. The only way for someone to match your beauty is to be themselves. The only way for someone to match your beauty is to authentically be themselves. The only way for someone to match your beauty is to authentically be themselves. It's the only way. Any other way is a false narrative that they're trying to sell. And they might sell some, but it ain't for longevity. Because all that which is false must always come crashing fucking down, right? What goes up must come down, right? So yeah, the only way for someone to match your beauty is to authentically be themselves. I think that's going to be the title of this. I love it. I think the only way for someone to match your beauty is to authentically be themselves. So you blossom, keep blossoming, right? Because you got this. You're cemented. I'm looking at like an Ouroboros kind of thing, right? You're cemented, you're solidified due to your tenacity and your hard work and your rebirth, right? Because that's a bat, right? So a bat is all about transitioning and rebirthing, right? With your abundance. All right, we're going to end it there because you are abundant as can be. And the only way for someone to match your beauty is to authentically be themselves, period, point blank. And that is how we're going to conclude this. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again. Yeah, till next time. Bye.